Hello, and let's see. So this is basically I just wanted to go over how we really, you know, how workflows on the team basically. Um, there was you had a question as to how to use Slack, and then um, how various things are functioning. How we're using these various websites. So I just thought I'd go over a couple of things and send and record it and kind of send it to you. So you're getting messages in general, and you want to know how to respond in the general channel. Well, right here on the left-hand side, if you can see my mouse here, this is all of the channels that are available in Slack, um, and you can just choose any one of these channels and like you just hop in there and that's where you go into speak with your fellow interns. And then if you want to say something, you go to this area down here. You don't really need this plus button. That's just some of the things that you can do. But you could do plus and then do a post. I don't know why you would. But anyway, that's something you can do. Generally, what I do is I click in here and I start typing test message to all who read this. Please disregard. This is only a test. Boom. I just wrote something in the general channel. And then you see over here you get little options. You can click on one and then delete it. You can edit your message after the fact. You can add reactions, pin it. There's lots of stuff you can do. But personally, I just want to delete it because it was silly and I don't really want it. All right. Now, for you, I invited you to a number of channels. One of them is the writers channel. So if you go into the writers channel, this is a closed channel. So I mean, it's not something that everybody has access to. Um, and once you get in here, you can talk specifically with the other writing interns. So it's just you and your fellow writing interns in this channel. And yeah, so that's what this channel is for. There's other ones. Veteran of the Day is a general Veteran of the Day channel where you can discuss Veteran of the Day posts to include writing or graphics or anything else having to do with Veteran of the Day, as well as the process for Veteran of the Day or various general questions about Veteran of the Day. But that's where this goes. But VOD Trello, I would keep an eye on this because it tells you so that you don't have to constantly be monitoring Trello. It's actually integrated with Trello, so when something changes in Trello, it will do a little update here, and you can look and see, oh, that changed. I was working on that post, and it changed, so I should go hop into Trello and see what it was. Or you can go in here and say, oh, that wasn't important. It doesn't apply to me. It's up to you. But that's what that one's there for. But yeah, general is just when you want to talk to everybody. Random is if you just want to post something random. Sometimes we post silly videos and whatnot. Everybody gets signed up for random in general. Those are the two basic ones. Designers, developers, and writers are all closed groups. So that's Slack. So next we have Hackpad, and I think let's see. Where did you sign up? I know you signed up for one. Yeah. Okay, so you signed up for this one, and you saw that somebody else hopped in there, but you didn't know who it was. Well, he is one of the graphic design interns, so don't worry. He's not trying to steal your post. He just he's signing up to create the graphic on your behalf. And this is where we keep most of this is like where we prep, the stories that we're going to start working on. And, as we write them, as they get written, we just move further and further down the list. And, this is where that starts. This is where the process starts. Now, after you sign up for a story, you go into Trello, and this is Trello. And I don't think I didn't really get a chance to go over all this with you, so I figured maybe I'll take the time here, and then if you need further explanation, I mean, we can have a phone call, of course. I've already scheduled it in my calendar, so no big deal. Um, but so here's Trello, and basically what people do is you'll create a card, right? So if you like take your veteran of the day story that you were going to work on, and you go in here, which one was it? Oh, yeah, here we go. Alice L. McKell Duffield. Okay, so you go in Trello, and you try to, you see if anybody else has started it, and if they did, it would be in progress, but it hasn't been done. So you would go in here and go add a card, and that would be, I'm going to put test card. Okay, so this is just a test. I'm just showing you how it works. And click add. Okay, now you've added it. It's a test card, and you go into the card and you can add yourself. Add. I think that's you. But I'll just, let's see, can I add myself? Show other team members? I can't really, oh, yeah, I'm right here. Boom, I added me. So you add yourself, and that lets you know, or that lets everybody know that you are the one that's working on the card. And you'll see the graphic design intern come in here and add themselves. And so don't be surprised when you see other people show up. Megan, our supervisor, will probably add herself. You can go ahead and add her if you want. Melissa would probably add herself. Tim would probably add himself. Those are people on our team, like the staff, like employees at the VA. They'll add themselves because they review these all these posts. And then what you'll want to do is add attachments. So after you write up your story, you'll want to add an attachment, and the attachment is going to be the document that you've written. You write it up as a Word document and add it. Now, one thing that I will point out here is that you should probably take a look at some of these, like this one right here. If you'll want to take a look at the Word documents and use it as a template when you're writing your story. Because there's a lot of, this is how we write them, and this is kind of like this is the template for how it's written. And notice you'll see in here we got a section for the blog post. We have a section for the Facebook post. We have a section for the Instagram post and for the tweet. And it's all broken down how you want to do it. So you're going to want to get in and get access to Trello and take a look, download a copy of the template for, say, Mr. Brand or one of the other ones that is already written, so that you have something to work with, and then just remove anything that says this person's name and put in the name of the person that you're actually writing the post about. So for instance, get rid of this name, and you'll in the Word document, and you'll put in the name of the person for whom you're writing the post. So that's what you're going to be attaching to the card. So you go into this card, and you'll want to attach, go to your computer, and navigate to the file, find the file. I don't have any of the files because I don't write them. So, but you know what I'm saying. You like grab the document and attach it, open or attach, and then it'll be attached right here. So, for instance, if you take a look over here at William F. Brand Jr., notice the graphic design interns will attach the graphics. The writing interns will attach the documents. So that's how that works. You see, like, graphic design intern, remember Carl, he added himself to your post. He created the graphic, and then Melissa added the award or ribbon or whatever. Or she'll add medals, or she said added Vietnam campaign ribbon. So that's what she said. And then Lily, who was the author, she attached VOD William Brand .docx. So she attached the write-up. And now this thing is ready to go. Now I'll kind of go over the workflow. So when you add a card, you're going to add it in progress, because that means you're working it. And you add it and you put your name on it. So you add it and you add members and add yourself as the member. So that's what you do, and then once a card has the once it has a write up and a graphic on it, then we'd take it and we'll move it past Backburner and into ready for DME review. Yeah, I'll go ahead and drop it in here just for the heck of it. But now once you get it in here, you'll want to take it. Well, this is when our team, the actual VA employees, will start taking a look at it, and they'll review the write-up and they'll review the graphic and make suggestions for changes. In which case, it might end up back over in progress while you're working on it. But once they approve everything that's been done, like the write-up and the the graphic, once it's ready to go, then it will be submitted. So in here, and then once after it's submitted, we'll have a bunch of cards here that have been submitted, and oh no, and after it's been submitted, it will eventually be scheduled to be posted on the VantagePoint blog. So then they'll move it all the way over here. Now, some of these will actually be done entirely by our staff members because, sometimes they write them up too. And so those would go in here. But that's not going to be the case for ones that you're working on. They probably generally won't end up in here. Now, sometimes we'll find that it is the case that there's a reason that you'll need to postpone. We'll have to postpone completing a story. Like, for instance, we're waiting on some information from somebody or some pictures or something like that. So in that case, we would take it and put it in the back burner. Put it right there. And so that's where that'll go. And it'll just wait. Notice this one has a due date of November 9th. So we're just waiting until November 9th to put that one out. So it's on the back burner. It's waiting for something. And we're just keeping it here so we don't forget it. And that's basically it. That's how Trello works. Now, once it's over here in complete package submitted, basically our employees are going to VA employees are going to take that and actually post it on the blog, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. So that's where that goes. And that's pretty much how it works. And then you just move on to the next one on Hackpad. So the three main websites that you need to have access to and you need to utilize are Slack for communication, Hackpad for finding the stories to work on, and Trello for submitting your document through the workflow, like how to get it through the process. And the way you work in Trello is basically you start it in progress, and once it's got a graphic and a write-up, move it over to ready for DME review, and then once they approve it, it goes into complete package submitted. Once they've scheduled it, it goes all the way over here. You don't have to worry about it after that. If it's in this category being completed by DME staff, that means you don't have to worry about it because they're doing it. One other thing to note in here, when stories show up in here on the inbox, generally that is a story that's come from a friend or family member that is submitting their own veteran to the Veteran of the Day. So say their father, mother, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, that sort of thing, or friend. And so when they come into the inbox, usually it's because Megan has mailed them in there. And if you can, please drop what you're doing, add your name to this card immediately. So members, add yourself as the member wherever you are. Oh, I think that's you. Add yourself to the card so everybody knows that you're the one that's writing the story, and then write it immediately if you can. The reason being that this is a more immediate need, because this is somebody that specifically sought us out on social media or via email or whatever, and they're like, hey, can you do one of those for my dad, or can you do it for my grandpa? He was in World War II, for instance. And so we just want to turn those around a little faster. So those are the priority. So if you see something come into the inbox, or if you see me sorry, those are my kids. If you see me point out in Slack that, hey, we need somebody to start up a story that's sitting in the inbox, please get to that one first. Just drop what you're working on and switch over to that one. Then you can pick up what you were working on a little bit later. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this test card because it was just silly. Archive, delete. Yes, delete test card. And that's that. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there.